Hello, students. So, how are you all? I hope you all will be fine. Today I am here with new chapter, that is Unit 1 Block 2. Name of the chapter is Growing New Plants. It's our part 1. So, students, we have discussed about the seed in previous chapter, and you come to know about the parts of the seed and how seed germinate and the germination process. So, now we will discuss about any other mode of reproduction. As you know, the aim of this chapter is explain that new plant can grow without seeds. And the next one is explain various methods of vegetative propagation. So dear students, first we will discuss about the plant can grow without seeds. As you see in the previous chapter that all the plants were grown with the help of seed, but now we will discuss any other mode. So firstly you can see here that there are many seeds, many fruits having seeds inside it, and they all can germinate to form a new plant. But do you think all plants grow by seeds only? If no, then how do they grow? Is there any other method by which a new plant can grow? These are my questions. Just think about it. So, I want to tell you about mode of reproductions. Dear students, there are two type of mode of reproduction. Mode of reproduction is first is sexual mode of reproduction. In this mode of reproduction, two parents are involved, one male and female, and fusion of gamete take place. Next is asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is the mode of reproduction that does not involve fusion of male and female gametes and produces individuals that are genetically identical to their parents. So, this is the main advantage of asexual reproduction. For examples, banana, potato, sugarcane, ginger, sweet potato, strawberry, rose, these all can be grown with the help of asexual reproduction. Types of asexual reproduction. Dear all, we will discuss here about vegetative reproduction only. But there are four types of asexual reproduction. In that, it includes number 1, vegetative reproduction or propagation. Next is budding. Number 3, fragmentation. Number 4, spore formation. You will study about it in next classes. So, we will go through the vegetative propagation. In vegetative propagation, all of us know about that it takes place with the single parent. As we know that flowering plants usually form new plants from seeds. However, sometimes new plants are formed without seeds. Yes, so we are going through the without seed process. It happens mostly in non-flowering plant. Yes, students, if there is no seed, then how a plant will grow? So, vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation is a process in which new plants are formed from the roots, stem, leaves or buds of a plant. Some plants like sweet potato, dahlia, carrot and radish can form new plants from their roots. You can see here that this is sweet potato, this is potato. Both are growing with the help of their own plant, parent plant. Some plants like potato, ginger, mint, sugarcane and bamboo form new plants from their stem. New plants grow from the nodes of the stem. In these kind of plants, nodes are present so that their new plant can grow from that position or that place. So students, what is node? Node is a point on the stem or branch of a plant where a leaf is attached. Buds are also present in the nodes region of a plant. Bryophyllum has buds on the edges of the leaves. Each bud can form a new plant if it is falls on moist soil. Plants formed by vegetative propagation grow faster. The new plants have the same features as the parent plant. So students, Bryophyllum is a leaf and its new plant can grow from the leaf itself. Dear students, what is bud? Bud is a compact knob-like undeveloped shoot consisting of a shortened stem and immature overlapping leaves. Buds are the growing points of a plant. Over here you can see some examples of vegetative propagation in plants. By stem, potato, ginger, mint and sugarcane. These are the examples. In these only stem, they have stem and stem can reproduce a new plant or a new plant can formed with the stem itself. By root, sweet potato and dahlia both can be grown with the help of its roots. By leaf, Bryophyllum and begonia. These are the examples in which a new plant reproduces with the help of by stem, by root, by leaf itself. Over here there is an example of ginger, and you can see that ginger is growing in that manner. It is ginger and its roots are coming out. It is a stem but its roots are coming out and then it forms a new plant. Over here you can see that some potatoes are there and these potatoes are forming a new plant because they have tubers on the surface of the potato and they tubers further. As we know that potato is a stem but it grows inside the soil, or you can say below the ground, so it is known as tuber, potato stem tuber, and it has some buds. You can see it's very easy to see the eye present on the potato, and here buds grows and they grow, then they changes or they modify in the new plant, and new plant grow from the potato in this manner, like this. Over here you can see that plant is growing through this bud. This is what? This is sweet potato, and sweet potato is a root. It grows inside the soil, so it is known as root tuber, and the tuber grows and it is modified root that stores food. Root tuber of sweet potato has buds, or you can say the root tubers of sweet potato have buds or eye on them, which can grow to produce new sweet potato plants. Sweet potato plants are reproduced by the method of vegetative propagation through their root tubers. Another plant is also there, that is dahlia. Dahlia is also root tubers. It grow inside the soil and it grow with the help of the root. This is what? This is strawberry. Everybody know about it. And this is also grow with the help of vegetative propagation. Here this is the example of vegetative propagation by leaves. So this is what? This is Bryophyllum leaf. In this leaf buds are present. You can see over here, these are leaf buds. They are found in the margin of the leaf, and then they grows and they form individual plant. These all will form individual plant. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here 4 plants will be formed, and there are many buds present. You can see over here, these are all buds. This shape, which is zigzag like shape, these are having all buds and all the plants will be grown there. So this is the vegetative propagation by leaf. So dear, we have come to know now about new plant can grow like bryophyllum, sweet potato, ginger, sugarcane or rose. It is rose. Rose can grow with its cuttings. It is also vegetative propagation. It is layering. And next is jasmine. We can cut their stem and then we can sow in the soil. After some time they will grow as a plant, new plant. What is the need? So what do you think? What is the need of vegetative propagation? So here are some examples of advantages of vegetative propagation. Number 1, plants take less time to grow. Yes. If we sow a grown plant, it will take less time, obviously, compared to the seed. Plant has all the characteristics of the parent plant. In the seed system, if we want to grow a seed, then variation will be there, some evolution will be there. But if we sow a plant and then it grows, then we can see the similar characteristics to the parent plant. So this is the advantage. Next one is, this mode is used to grow an identical plant to its parent plant. Yes. No need of seeds. In this kind of method, we have no need of seeds. So it is very important because sometimes we don't have seed. So some plants can grow without seeds. Dear students, we are discussing here worksheet S1 with the solutions. So you can see here that the first question is, how does a tomato plant produce new plant? Tomato plant produce new plant from its seed, as we discussed before. Next one is, which part of the potato plant makes a new plant? Describe in your words how a potato produce more of its kind. So you all know about this. I have told you about the potato plant. Potato has eyes on it. When we cut its parts, each eye has bud that develops into a new potato plant. So dear students, each potato has many eyes on it and each eye develops into a new plant because there are number of buds with each eye. You can see here, this is what? This is bud. This is bud coming out from the eye. Next one is, what do you understand by the term vegetative propagation? Very important term. How can it happen both naturally and artificially? Yes. This can be done by us and by nature. The phenomena by which a new plant forms from the part of the plant called vegetative propagation. It happens naturally in potato, from the eye of potato, and it artificially done in rose, as it can grow with its cuttings. In the rose, we can plant a stem of rose, then it will grow as a plant. And if we talk about the man-made or artificial propagation, in that case, in rose and jasmine also, and there are many examples. But if we talk about naturally it happens in tubers like root. Root is what? Root tubers is, yes, that is sweet potato, and in potato that is stem tuber. Yes, they grow naturally and each eye has bud and all eye will grow as a bud and in a new plant. So this happens naturally. Next, our worksheet. Here is next worksheet, worksheet number S2. In this we will discuss vegetative propagation. So students, you can see here, draw and label an example each of plants which undergo vegetative propagation. Here you can see, this is what? This is root. This is sweet potato. As I told you that sweet potato is root tuber. What is tuber? It grows inside the soil. So it is known as root tuber because it stores food inside it. Next one is stem tuber potato. This is stem tuber and these are eye present on this potato and some eye having buds. These are buds, round shaped. These buds will produce a new potato. And this is leaf, an example of vegetative propagation. So these are some buds. Bryophyllum leaf is there and these are buds. These are buds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These all are buds. They will produced as a new plant. Next question is, Rita saw the gardener growing new rose plants through stem cuttings. She was surprised and asked the gardener why we don't grow roses from seeds. Why it is better to grow roses from stem cutting. It is better to grow a rose from stem cutting because rose plant grows faster and produces flowers faster. Because हमें बहुत पसंद होते हैं flower, है ना? We want flower very fast and very soon from the plant. That's why we grow plant by its stem. And this plant resembles to its mother plant, so it is better to grow through stem cutting. Why shouldn't we get better always? So here this is the method to grow a rose plant with its cuttings. So dear students, we have discussed all about the vegetative propagation. In the next chapter we will discuss about, not next chapter, in the next session, seed dispersal will be discussed and methods of seed dispersal. So we'll meet you soon. Okay, bye bye.